Hi everybody, this is Joe Jurek back with you from realestateInvestingAdventures.com or REIA.fun. Why? Real estate investing is always an adventure and can be a lot of fun. Well, thank you for joining me again today. What am I going to talk about? When you're doing real estate investing, sometimes clients tell me they never know what to say. They don't know what to say to for sale by owners. They don't know what to say to realtors. They don't know what to say to maybe title companies or other contractors. Well, you're in luck. Number one, on my website, realestateInvestingAdventures.com, if you go under the blog section, you're going to see one separate section that says Power Team Questions. These questions will allow you and help you to better speak with different people of your power team and know what to say. But this is where I want to take this video one step further. What I'd really like you to do before you make a call, jot down a few points of what you want to talk to that person about. Let me give you an example. If I'm calling a realtor, I'm going to put down some points before I call that realtor. What is important to me? But what is more important to that realtor, why I'm calling. When I first call the realtor, they want to know who I am. My name's Joe Jurek, and I'm a cash buyer. So I tell them that right up front, who I am and what I'm doing. I'm a real estate investor, so I make the introduction. They also want to know selfishly, and I understand due to marketing costs, how you found them. So I'll often tell them, I found them through the internet. I saw their sign. I saw an ad because they want to know how we found them and why we're calling them. So they want to know who we are, what we want, and how we found them. Probably in that minute or two, they're going to get an idea in their mind of whether they want to work with you or not. So if we at least sound the part, and I often say fake it till you make it, right? If we sound the part, they're probably going to want to work with us. And as we're talking to them, we have to make a determination. Do we think they're a good fit to kind of work with us as well? So number one, I'm going to jot down a few points of, those things we just talked about, who I am, how I found them, what I'm looking for, but then how I need them to help me. I'm going to put down that I need them to help me find maybe properties that I could buy, fix, and flip for a profit. I might put a bullet point list together that basically says what areas are hot right now. If they work with other investors, they probably know some of the little pocket areas or different zip codes that might be hot. The other thing that I want to ask them is, do they have any pocket listings? The other thing I might want to find out is their availability to show me houses later today, tomorrow, or the next day. The other thing I may want to know is, have they worked with investors before, or do they primarily just work with people that are looking to buy homes to live in? So by preparing a list before I call of certain bullet points, I'm better prepared when I talk with them. I can kind of mark off those bullet points as I cover them. And I don't have to hang up the phone thinking, oh my goodness, I forgot to ask them a couple of points because I've wrote them down. Whether you're calling a realtor, whether you're calling a contractor, whether you're calling a for sale by owner, can this be very helpful? It can be. You also need a system to be organized. What I would consider doing, this is only an idea. I often say Baskin-Robbins has 31 flavors. Why? Because everybody doesn't like vanilla. So here's the thing. I'll give you an idea what I do. You can do whatever you want to do. Just do something that works for you, okay? You can get a notebook and on the front cover of the notebook, write phone calls. At the top of the page, can I put the date and then can I write down who I'm calling, maybe even their phone number. Then put my bullet point notes, and then as I talk to them, I'm writing on that page. If I get a big 3-subject, 180-page notebook, that notebook hopefully should last me at least a month or longer. But then I'm never scrambling around. Where did I put that number? What was their name again? What was their phone number? And I'm looking all around my desk, my phone. You need to have a system, how you do everything in a process, and making phone calls is definitely no different. I can't tell you in the beginning, I'd write a phone number down on a piece of paper, a Post-it note, or even a gum wrapper, and that would end up as lint in my pocket. Oh no, I washed my pants and I forgot to take out the gum wrapper. And it was all wadded up into a little ball. You think I can read the phone number then? Heck no. And I'm almost embarrassed to tell you, this was before even the smartphones today. Remember those old flip phone or brick phones? You know, boy, we've come a long way. And I gotta admit, I'm very spoiled today with my smartphone. I often like taking pictures. If I write down a number and I think I'm gonna lose that number, I'm taking a picture of it or saving it in my phone right away. Don't always say, well, I'll do it later, I'll do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. Because can you imagine calling a for sale by owner and then you happen to lose their number? Could you imagine losing out on that deal? And the other thing I want to tell you, some of you out there, if you're just starting, you might be a little bit nervous. You might be saying, well, Joe, you can do this because you've done it for a while. You sound really good. You know, you can kind of get through any conversation, but I'm a little bit nervous. Well, here's what I want to tell you. At work today, did you know every person you spoke to? Did you know every person that called on the phone? Did you know every person that walked up to you and wanted to have a conversation? No. But you say, oh, wait a minute, Joe. That was work. I had to do that. No, it's all about mindset. If you can do it at work and you can talk to people you don't know, don't you think you can do this for yourself with real estate every day? You can. And I often tell people, you know, say you went to a restaurant for lunch today, maybe it was a quick serve carryout, and the person walks up to you and you say, oh, what's your name? Oh, Bob. Well, I don't know you, Bob. I can't talk to you. Is anybody back there in the kitchen that maybe I've met before that I could talk to? Now, I know this all sounds foolish, or hopefully it got a little chuckle out of you, but every day at the grocery store, at work, getting gas at the gas station, getting food for lunch or dinner. Do you meet people every day you don't know? Of course you do. Do you have a problem talking with them? No, you don't. So real estate should be no different. And this is what's going to happen. You might say, well, Joe, I called this for sale by owner, and boy, did I mess up the phone call. I've said all the wrong things. But I want you to understand, often we're harder or a harder critic on ourselves than what we really may have said. We might have said, oh, we said all the wrong things. We didn't say the right thing. Oh my goodness, we should have did it better. Well, here's another golden nugget tip for you. The next time you make a phone call, can you record the call by just hitting the little video record on your smartphone? You can. And as you're talking on the phone, it's just recording the conversation of how you sounded, okay? When you re-listen to it, I bet you're going to say, well, I didn't sound as bad as I thought. And the other thing I want to share with you, if you sit down, what I would do with for sale by owners, I'd write out 10 names and 10 numbers. Have your bullet point question list that you want to ask them and run through, but make the first call, then the second, then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. I'm telling you, by that fifth call, you're going to be a lot more comfortable. And by the 10th call, you might even be ready to make 5 more calls that day or make the 10 tomorrow. And I want to tell you, if you make 10 calls a day, 5 days a week, 50 calls, you're doing pretty good. And I want you to understand, you're not going to be perfect. I give you permission to make mistakes. I make mistakes. You'll make mistakes. That's okay. That's how you learn. You're never, ever going to handle every call perfectly. And in the event you get somebody really grumpy and really crabby on the phone and they're having a bad day, and you're thinking, I wish I never would have called this person. And they're moaning and they're groaning and you wish somebody was knocking at the door. There's a little red button on your cell phone called end. Now, don't just hit that button and hang up on them. That is so rude. It is rude. What you got to do is go, and then hit the button, okay? Drop phone call, right? But if that phone rings again right away, don't pick it up. They're calling you back. If you choose to call them later, you can. But if you do the, I can't hear you, or can you hear me? Can you hear me? Phone is breaking up. At least that's not rude. They might think it's a drop phone call. So I never, ever want you to feel trapped on that phone. I never want you to feel like you can't make, a good conversation. I want you to learn from every conversation. And here's another tip. When you hang up the phone, whether you're talking to a realtor, for sale by owner, a contractor, whoever you're talking to, what were some things that you said that were really good? What were some things that you said that maybe the next call you might be able to improve on? The more calls you make, the better you'll get. The better you get, the more deals you're going to do. And isn't that the name of the game? Finding success, having free time, getting up every day and doing what you want to do, not doing what you have to do. Let me tell you, it's a great feeling. So I want you to get out there. I want you to make it happen. I want you to live life with no regrets and live in the moment. I want you to get out there and enjoy your real estate adventure and have fun with it by making your dreams a reality. Take care, believe and achieve. Bye-bye now.